South Park made fun of Kanye West. They tore him apart. In a recent episode, I believe it aired on Wednesday night, they basically made him so egotistical and so full of himself that he couldn't even take a completely politically correct joke. All right? So, of course, Kanye West saw this, and he released a very interesting and unexpected statement. I couldn't even believe it when I read this. This is what he says. He says, "South Park murdered me last night, and it's pretty funny. It hurts my feelings, but what can you expect from South Park? I actually have been working on my ego, though. Having the crazy ego is played out in my life and my career."
All right, first of all, I love the statement already. Second of all, he said that he has built up his ego. I found this to be the most interesting part. He has built up his ego to give himself self-esteem.
Right.
Which leads me to believe that he was, and probably, of course, to some degree continues to be, completely insecure.
Oh, totally. Look, whenever people are constantly stroking their own ego, it's usually a defense mechanism. I've learned that with people. When they're always talking about how hot they are, how sexy they are, how much, women they sleep with or how much men they sleep with, it's always a defense mechanism. I have a friend like that. I'm not going to tell you no. She totally talks about how amazingly hot and awesome she is, right? And you just know this girl's dying inside. She's so insecure. It's unbelievable.
And that's why Kanye acts up at all the awards ceremonies if he doesn't win anything and stuff. And it's funny to see these guys who are mega successful still battling like the insecurities they had when they were a little dork, and growing up, and they thought, oh, I'm not good enough. Everybody thinks that, I guess. It's amazing. So but he's battling his ego. He's going to try to get it under control. Can I read my favorite part of it?
Yes.
I just want to be a doper person, which starts with me not always telling people how dope I think I am. Kanye, you're on the right track. Okay, you got this thing figured out, man.
I love it because Kanye, first of all, I love his music. He makes great music, okay? But then when you hear him speak and he talks about how great he is, you want to dislike him. So I was always torn on Kanye. But now that he's released these statements and he talks about, hey, you know what? I know I've been a dick. I'm willing to change. That makes me respect him more.
But I love the irony of that statement. I want to be a doper person, so I cannot tell you how dope I really think I am.
Right.
Because I already think I'm like super dope. But I'm going to try to take it to the next level.
Right.
So I'm going to and by the way, how do you not know that? Like, how do you not know that you push people away if you have this enormous ego and you're a jerk about it and you tell everybody you're the greatest? Did no one clue you in? Did that annoys other people?
Right.
The celebrity bubble is an amazing thing, man. Nothing gets through it.
I know.
But apparently, look at this. Good job, South Park. They got through it.
Definitely. South Park made Kanye West a doper person.
And finally, he wrote them a note, and he thanked the writers. Now, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's the dope-est.
Because normally when they get mocked, right, celebrities are like, oh, this is outrageous. Right? So this is a good reaction by Kanye. Now, unfortunately, on YouTube, they do not allow any Comedy Central clips, so that's why we can't show it to you if you're watching this on YouTube. But trust us, it was funny, and you can go to their website and check it out. Now, if you're watching the show, ta-da, we don't have to listen to Comedy Central.